Well, it's just gone 9 o'clock Central African time. This is BTV News. We are broadcasting live from the nation's capital. I'm Olibide Samoka. Let's take a look at stories making headlines. Botswana urged to fully participate in the diamond value chain. Seventeen less privileged families in Shasha West constituency had water connected to their homesteads. But now on sport, GU set to meet security systems in the Orange FA Cup tomorrow. CPC School is interpreting in sign language. Welcome and thank you for joining us. Now, in a first story, President Dr. Mokgweetsi Masisi says government intends to make sure that Botswana participate in the diamond value chain up to the processing to the final product. He said this move will be made possible by a fund which came through the new sales agreement made with DBS Group. The president said this during the Akabaka collection display by Andrew Mesika Diamond Group in partnership with Lucara Diamond Company in Gaborone. Monica Sitsoela with more.
7 sparkling jewelry pieces by the Andrew Mesika Diamond Group being displayed on stage. Among them is the 70 million Pula centerpiece, which was made from a 110-carat diamond sourced from the country's soil at the Lucara Skarowe mine, as well as the piece designed by a Botswana citizen, Mpomo Khatle. This is in line with government's quest to acquire higher returns of the industry and to move away from trading solely on rough diamonds.
It is Botswana government's deliberate decision and strategic intent to facilitate the creation of an environment where a critical mass of Botswana has training and apprenticeship opportunities for participating in the midstream and downstream stages of the diamond trade. We hope to leverage on the finances and programs made possible. Actually, we don't hope, we will. We will leverage on the finances and programs made possible by the Diamond for Development Fund, which is an integral component of the recent transformative sales agreement contracted into by the government of Botswana and the DBS Group. The sole intention was to have achieved this a long time ago.
The Akbaka centerpiece by Mesika has since made international platforms achievements associated to the country's good ecosystem.
Papa, de vous aider à valoriser le diamant du Botswana.
If we are here today, invited you by you, Mr. President, it is because I've always wanted to anticipate the needs of my clients, who are among the largest jewelers in the world, and of course, my suppliers. Andrew Mesika Diamonds exists for over 50 years, thanks to my global vision of the industry. My goal has always been to mentor the origin of the diamond to the customer. Mr. President, thanks to your vision regarding the diamond industry in Botswana, you have recognized in me one of your partners who will not cease to help you promote the Botswana diamond.
This particular jewelry piece was designed by Valerie Mesika, the daughter of Andre Mesika. It made the platform in Paris Fashion Week in 2022 and was worn by Naomi Campbell. A very historic moment specifically for Mesika, Lucara Botswana, Lucara Diamonds, and the government of Botswana, because this piece was branded a Botswana piece at the Paris Fashion Week in 2022.
All this is a testament to the endless opportunities that lies ahead for the country in the diamond space, and also reflecting the diversity of Botswana's treasures. Monica Sitsoela, BTV News, Gaborone.
The Member of Parliament for Boddington North, who is also the Minister of Labour and Home Affairs, Ms. Anna Mokgweetsi, says although government decides on the minimum wage that employees can receive, it does not restrict companies from paying their employees more than that the rumor. And adding that the rumor that government restricts companies from paying higher wages is certainly not true. She said this during a Khotla meeting on Wednesday.
The main objective of this Khotla meeting was to update residents on issues discussed at Parliament, and the issue of minimum wage was one of those that residents needed clarity on, as they have been misinformed. Minister Mokgweetsi said they do not in any way restrict companies from paying higher wages.
go na le a minimum wage board e leng gore e teng mo molaong e leng gore ke yone e tshwantseng gore e kopane ha e kopane yana e tshwantse gore e sekaseke mabaka a itsholelo mabaka hela a harologanyeng go sekaseka gore nyamme ba bereki unskilled workers ba bereki ba puso e tla be ba the minimum wage a ke re le utlwile ka re minimum wage re bua ka minimum wage board yone yo ke yone e tatang e bua gore minimum wage ya di sectora tse di harologanyeng tse ke bokae a ke re tlhalogantse me seo se sengwe se ke batang gore le se tlhaloganye ke gore body ye ga se yone body e bolelelang bahiri gore ba duele babereki bokae ke tsaetsego e gone ho mo setšhabeng sa Botswana go na le dipuo tse di reng bahiri ba re puso ya lona ke yone e reng re le duele bokana a ke re ba rialo ga gona boamaruri mo kganyeng eo ba gaetsho amount yone e bewang ke yone seelo se se ko tlase se puso e reng o se ka wa duela babereki ko tlase ga tlhwatlhwa ye me ga gona sepe se se kgoreletsang mohiri gore o ka go duela madi a go godimo ga tlhwatlhwa yone yo.
Details of the recently launched Chema were also given.
Chema ke ba ba ikwadisitseng le ba ba sa ikwadisang e di dikgwebo jaaka re itse the maximum amount o ka otsang ke 50,000 to buy your equipment for working capital ke 15,000 ya no ha ile gore o na le idea ga o isone le kgwebo ya teng ke idea santa so se tlhokang ke affidavit for business idea.
The Chema Fund is a loan facility available for anyone earning a salary of 4,000 and below or unemployed. Terry Makoeng, BTV News, Gaborone.
Law students have been urged to have a diverse background and understanding of the legal space. The remarks were made this morning by the Executive Secretary of the Law Society of Botswana, Ms. Lilian Maram Muzimo, at the University of Botswana Law Society Diversity of the Legal Space workshop held in Gaborone. Mojadi Mukibero.
Diversity of the legal profession deserves a serious consideration and approval, as it is one that aligns perfectly with the Channel's commission to provide excellent information dissemination on different aspects of the law. This seminar is of interest to both law students and Botswana at large, as it advances the justice system of the country and seeks to contribute to economic and social development.
And the lawyer is the one who would normally, defend the natural or the juristic clients, which appeared in the examples that I have given, or he would prosecute on behalf of the state. They would also draft contracts of employment, and in doing so, they are the negotiators in pursuit of the settlement of matters.
Experts from various legal sectors had the privilege to offer invaluable insights into the legal space.
We were a group of 5, and we still, up to today, keep in touch. We've been there for each other. We were there for each other at the time, and we've become a family. So I would encourage that right now you create a family or a community that's going to help you overcome any challenges.
Sometimes you find your purpose late, sometimes you find it early. I think I'm one of the people who found it quite late. And where I was in life, but I think once I realized that this is what I want to do, and it didn't become a struggle.
So as early as possible, go do those internships, or if you can't, research the different careers. LinkedIn is now a great place to network with a lot of different people. Ask them what their days are like, and find out what it's like, because that is probably what will save you the most.
This has been an eye-opener for University of Botswana law students.
I learned that in the legal space there's a huge variety of different places where you can seep in, and as a law student it was very insightful because there's a lot of things that I did not know about coming into this workshop, but I'm leaving very nourished and fulfilled.
come here and actually realize I can go into insurance, I can go into corporate, I can go into legal technology. Today I learned about legal technology. It's quite impactful and very insightful. So I'm very happy that I did come and learn about this. At least I know that a law degree is a very broad degree where I can do anything I want as long as I put my mind to it.
Hosting such a seminar is expected to enrich the academic experience, but also contribute significantly to the country's broader goals of mindset change, knowledge dissemination and societal impact. Moja Dimu Kibelo, BTV News, Gaborone.
Speakers at the memorial service of struggle icon and the founding president of the Botswana Congress Party, Mr. Michael Dake, praised his accomplishments, including his work in support of women's empowerment. They encouraged the members of his party to take inspiration from Mr. Dake's efforts. Sorofelo Tombali with details.
At a memorial service for the founding president of the Botswana Congress Party, Mr. Michael Dake, a former member of parliament and a freedom fighter for the African National Congress during the apartheid era, it was noted that among his notable acts was his advocacy for women to pass their citizenship on to their children at a time when there was a law against it. Speakers emphasized that his advocacy against that law was just one of his efforts in support of women and urged his party to learn from his example.
He was there to support in every way he could the rights, the fight for equal rights between men and women. Because he believed and he loved his mother. He celebrated womanhood and he saw in every woman the mother that he loved.
Representatives from the Botswana Democratic Party, as well as parties from the region, honored Mr. Dake.
Allow me to extend heartfelt condolences and solidarity from His Excellency Dr. Mokwetsi Eric Masisi, the President of the BBP. Of course, these condolences come from the entire leadership of them and members of the BBP to the Dake family, to the African National Congress, and the Botswana Congress Party on the passing of Michael Dake.
Like the people of Botswana, his demeanor has made him move on with life peacefully, without any bitterness, in spite of very little being said about his heroism. Because,
Dake family representatives also pay their tribute.
He chose the right decision every single time. And now, as I stand here, Mobolona, I feel no loss. My father is within all of us. He would sincerely believe that. My father lived a very long life, a very fulfilled life, and I feel he has imparted all the knowledge possible that he could have imparted.
It was also revealed that Mr. Dake's history and that of other Botswana who were similarly involved in liberation struggles in the region will be added to the Museum of African Liberation in Zimbabwe. Solofelo Tombali, BTV News, Gaborone.
As the government is working tirelessly in fighting gender-based violence, Lesego Chombo Foundation, together with different stakeholders, have partnered to address issues related to GBV in families. Highlighting this was Miss World Africa 2024-2025 Lesego Chombo during a press conference held recently in Gaborone. Refilwe Mutube.
Ms. Chombo further emphasized on how crucial it is to address abuse in families, more especially to those who have no access to resources and in rural areas. The foundation is dedicated to seeing that children are looked after, as it is hoped that this partnership with different stakeholders will bring forth change on the younger generation's future.
And one of the stakeholders that we partner with is a psychologist and a social welfare representative. And we custom make the programs for each community. So if, for example, the psychological aspect, the educational aspect, the medical aspect, and the social welfare aspect. And in an instance where we do encounter, because we have personal conversations with Zadie, and there are instances where we encounter, but they make an gender-based violence, that is when it is being addressed, because we're dealing with families.
Moreover, Miss World Africa also hopes to grow her talent beyond pageantry, all in a mission to flourish and impact the world positively. Lesego Foundation business developer Ms. Kadima Sukula has also explained that with her assistance, the foundation will get a platform to fully develop and help the reigning Miss World Africa in achieving her dreams.
Chombo and Lesego Chombo Foundation as the business developer. So it entails just looking out and sorting out business opportunities from different stakeholders and potential partners that we can collaborate with and see how best our brands can work together for profits and for the support of the foundation.
In its quest to achieve its set goals and aspirations, the foundation continues to call for more partnerships to help guide and support gender-based violence victims. Rifle Mutube, BTV News, Gaborone.
You're watching BTV News. Thank you for staying with us. Now, moving on, the Member of Parliament for Shasha West, Mr. Fidelis Malau, handed over standpipes to the less privileged members of the society in various villages within his constituency. Mr. Malau emphasized the importance of water as a basic necessity, stating that he deemed it appropriate to provide a commodity that addresses people's fundamental needs. Faith Editete reports.
For several years, villages like Matangwani, Natali, Makobo and Jamataka have faced severe water shortages, particularly affecting those without access to standpipes. Many villagers had to travel long distances to fetch water from public standpipes. These donations will restore beneficiaries' dignity after all. This was just a gesture to give back to the community we live in line with the country's principles of a caring nation. This will relieve her from the long distances she had to travel to fetch water from the public standpipes. Recipients who included the elderly, people living with disability, and others expressed their gratitude for the gesture.
I am happy
and relieved. I am tired of pushing wheelbarrows in quest for drinking water. Continue doing the good work. Hopefully, other programs will also locate us. Mr. Molao stated that this contribution adds to government's efforts to uplift Botswana from poverty. Currently, 17 standpipes have been donated with the goal of donating 30 in total. Faith Editete, BTV News, Shasha West.
In Khanzi, the Department of Forestry and Range Resources have committed to planting trees in an effort to promote conservation, sustainable use of natural resources and restoration of degraded lands, as well as to mitigate climate change challenges. The department and other stakeholders planted 200 palm trees along the A3 road in Khanzi, promising to collaborate even further to plant more trees in future. The initiative is also seen as encouraging communities to spearhead being caretakers of their environments. Angela Enosa.
This palm tree might look small. However, it is a little over 7 years old. This slow-growing plant is usually grown as an outdoor ornamental and is what the district leadership of Khanzi is pinning its hopes on to change the aesthetic look of the township. 200 of these trees are being planted today to mark the start of an undertaking which will see more trees being planted around the township.
Woodlands and trees of this country have provided forest goods and environmental services for the socio-economic and cultural benefit to our communities since time immemorial. Sekwa se re se hitelang ha ba ga rona ba tshelelang teng ha o lebella mo dingwageng tse sa leng ba di tshela ba tshela ka tsone dithara ba tshela ka tsone dikgwa mme ha re ka tokahatsa methale ya rona ya go bona gore ra di babalela go ra gore tabo re baballa botshelo. Protecting and planting trees would help us combat the climate crisis, alleviate rural poverty, support human health, and leave a sustainable legacy for the future generations.
Communities are called on to spearhead being caretakers of their environments.
Ka gore tsone ga di bue motho o ka di buelelang the advocate ke motho gore a di buelelle a bone gore di anusiwa di a gola ga di remiwela ya ka motho a bata simologa gompieno o lebelele those branches di be di change tlhaloganyo ya gago o bo nna le that mindset change gore o nne le that growth mindset o bontsha those toxic thoughts wa akanya dikakanyo tse di botoka change of mindset hela jalo le ka ditlhare re tshwanetse go change go hetola megopolo le ditlhaloganyo le maikutlo ka hare bonang ditlhare ka teng
ga ra go tsena mo gare ga ditsela tse le gore di mo teng ga toropo re tla bo re jala ditlhare tsa maungo yana ka go harologana jalo ra kopa mo ba ikemetseng ka nosi re kopa mo ba ra dikgwebo gore ditlhare tse re tlo tswela re di jala re thulaganyo re tlo go dira ka dikarolo kana ka di-face re nna re tsa letsatsi le lengwe re jala tse kana jaaka mo letsatsi la gompietso re itse re kgobokanetse tse 200 jaanong ga kgwedi e tsena ye re tla bo re ba re tsenya tse dingwe gape re tla leka go batla 200 o mongwe go hitlhela be le gore tse di tsena mo toropong ka re simolola ka tsone re be re heditse re di dirile di tsena mo toropong ya rona.
In this digital age, it was revealed that innovation and technology should be used to unlock forest benefits to communities as well as to halt deforestation and forest degradation. Angela Enosa, BTV News, Khanzi.
Khosi Joseph Gwara Mwenzi of Mabele in the Chobe region has been installed as the headman of records for Mabele village by Khosi Simvula III of the Guhane tribe in a ceremony held in Mabele on Friday. This comes after Khosi Richard Mbanga retired from office in 2022. Kialebagayole reports.
On October 24th last year, residents of Mabele agreed to it that Khosi Joseph Gwara Mwenzi be chosen as the headman of records. Following that, arrangements were made according to Section 6, Subsection 1 of the Bohosi Act to have a new headman of records. Monitenge Sinvula III narrated the history of Bohosi in Mabele to present day.
Monitenge Sinvula Nkonkwen ka go bona gore motse wa Mabele ga ona yo lebileng a tsaya Mbanga Morunda gore lebelelang batho ba Mabele. Khosi Simvula wa bobedi a tlhoma Shanzinza Zambo go leba motse wa Mabele morago ga mo gataga tsena Khosi Richard Mbanga gompieno re tlo go baya Khosana Gwara Mwezi
Gwara eneyo njozala Mwezi watano ke no tsula ntate nna o ke minghano ke le Josephat Mwezi
so Gwara chuina
ha ne re Gwara aleha
ni muhinda kuti mwana mukulu wangu
ke motsa ka ngwana ke ngwana ga nkgonne
mi hape sokolo
ndangwa gape abanna malome
yo zala batayo
sitsola ntate.
Some village elders gave words of encouragement to the newly appointed Khosana.
Ubone chichaba chinda hano bonse ba kungani nowe
chaba yote hai khobokanetse wena
unyamune mavere
tsuletsa mabele o
mavere ne muchenje ne zivozu
mabele muchenje mawana
inyemuke
aiye go godimo mitsi eo ka moraro
ke yelletse Khosana Gwara le mogomagadi masego le mathogonolo
kumbira go tireza
modimo a go etelle pele
ba Gwara ne ba muhia boabo ireza
le tshaba yote ya Mabele
bonse tshana bongishina ha
a modimo a nne le lona
ireza mo amesha yanza le yakwe
ne lwa nkipula botsadi.
Khosi Mwezi vowed to serve the community of Mabele with diligence during his time.
Ke amohele thumo ya lona batho ba motse a rona wa Mabele ke go solohetsa jaana gore morahi o mphile gore ko lebe ka letho ke ta o isa ga go wena gore o te o direle tshaba ya rona ya Botswana ebile le yone ngwao ya rona jaaka ntse re bua.
Mabele is one of the 5 villages located in the Chobe enclave, including Kavimba, Kachikau, Satau, and Parakarungu. BTV News, Mabele.
Uncharted Africa continues to invest in high-impact projects that change the lives of the people of Gweta. And just recently, the company went all out to install 1.7 million Pula solar backup power to Gweta Primary Hospital and also invested over 282,000 Pula for the Boho Solar Convention. The managing director of Uncharted Africa, Mr. Eugene Kumalo, says the idea to invest in green technology is aimed at addressing persistent power outages that end up affecting critical areas like health and water distribution.
It has become a concern for the residents of Gweta that power disruptions impact negatively in their daily lives, especially when it takes days and days to be restored. But Lady Luck struck them as Uncharted Africa, a business in the hospitality industry with footprints in this village like the Planet Baobao and Jack's Camp. The only solution was the installation of solar energy in the hospital so that even there is power cuts from the main grid, the health facility should continue offering critical services to the community.
Which departments do you feel require the most urgent attention? And the feedback was the lab, the theater, the pharmacy were the critical areas that needed or need motlakasi at any given time, a reliable source of power. And so we took it upon ourselves to install the power system that is now servicing Sones Patel at this moment. And the few people that I've spoken to around since we've installed, I hear the feedback is in those 3 areas, people don't even realize gore ha gona motlakase.
Re lebogela se ka gore motlakase o re dirisa mo go teng green energy.
We are grateful for this backup solar. As it is a green energy, it will not harm the environment that we operate in.
Wa matikologo e leng gore ya mabojanala le one mosi o tsana mo go rona re le babereki kgantele le gore anong wa re ama.
We
will take care of this gift so that it benefits the people of Gweta.
And the country. Riverside Hospital, go Francis Town, in Alona Maranyano, and I did some marangalitats. So, more government, Hagesa Hosika Rabant.
The installation and conversion of solar energy to power the 2 main boreholes has come handy for the community, as they will be supplied with water even during electricity outages in the village. And this infrastructure will also save people from drinking contaminated water from other sources.
We installed this a few weeks ago. I would like to believe the village is seeing the benefits thereof, and totally whenever water utilities ne ra re ha re tsenyaha mongwe wa bone o na commenta gore le bone go tla ba thusa mo di billing tsa motlakase.
Between 12 and 15,000.
We were paying between 12,000 and 15,000 Pula monthly for electricity bills. Therefore, this solar will reduce our bills and other operation costs by 60%. The village leadership welcomed this gesture from Uncharted Africa.
Kajalo ramkhela realeboga ka tseo tsotlhe tse lentse le re dinela ile thuto mo go rona gore le rona ha re se go hala re nne re tswelele le rona re neele ba bangwe.
They have changed our lives. Ya no batho ba tshwantse re ba lebogwe ba tshela le se ba se dira.
Uncharted Africa, which has a presence of over 30 years operating in this village and at the Makadikadi Pens, is committed to partner with the community in projects that will change their lives for the better. Bethany Mando, BTV News, Gweta.
Well, that is the news this hour. To stay with us, Liza, on standby to take you through the sport update. Liza, it's your time.
Thank you so much, Khaizirik.
Right, take it away.
Good evening. I am Liza Osegeng with your world of sport, and we are starting off with tennis news. Second seed Mark Nawa was crowned the J30 Gaborone ITF World Tennis Tour second round champion after defeating first seed Siyabonga Jatla of South Africa 7-5-6-2 in the boys final. This was Nawa's second final after finishing second in the J30 Gaborone ITF World Tennis Tour first leg last week. Ryan Kangonyani has the report.
Following a tough week of sweat and pain, the two knew what was at stake, with Nawa, who had the home crowd cheering him on, looking for revenge after losing in the same tournament last year when the two met in the finals. While Jatla, on the other hand, was hopeful of getting a third win from 3 matches. It was Nawa who took the lead in the first set, registering a 3-love game score before Jatla reduced the deficit to 3-2 after winning 2 straight games. The home crowd helped to push the local boy, Mark Nawa, to eventually claim the set 7-5. In the second set, Nawa continued where he left off in the first set, cruising and claiming 5 games in a row. Jatla then pushed him to the edge by winning 2 games in a row. That was not enough, as Mark won the last game to claim the set 6-2 and win the game with an overall of 7-5-6-2 to be crowned the J30 Gaborone ITF World Tennis Tour second round boys champion.
It felt good to beat him after he beat me last time on the same court in the same round. So yeah, I felt it was a good time to get revenge.
Mark's small boy to me. When I play him next time, I'm confident I'll beat him. Just that I was tired, so knee, but it's fine. I can't take that away from him. Played very well, tennis, worked hard. He was always looking forward to play me. Yeah, and he beat me. I'm like happy for him.
The second round of the J30 Gaborone ITF World Tennis Tour will be followed by the Davis Cup, which is expected to be held by Botswana Tennis Association in July this year. Ryan Kangonyani, BTV Sport, Gaborone.
And still in the J30 Gaborone ITF World Tennis Tour, Selena Joseph of South Africa beat Koronayashe Rugara of the US by straight sets of 6-3, 6-1 to clinch the ladies' title.
First set, I felt like I just try to stay solid and play well. Just try to make her make as much errors as possible. In the second set, I just came back out being more focused and more confident so that I can just end up playing better than the first set.
It was a tough match. Started off pretty well. I was playing well. I think I had my opportunities, but I think she played really well today. So I think it was a tight first set. I think in the second set, my level dropped a bit, so I didn't play as well. I wasn't making as many balls, but I think overall it was a good match, and I'm happy with the way I played, and she played really well.
In terms of the standard of our tennis, this is very good because this year we're going to have about 6 weeks of these tournaments. We just hosted the first 2 weeks. We're going to have the next 2 weeks in August, and then in October we'll have the last 2 weeks, which are going to be really of high level. So in terms of raising the standard, it's good because we host local tournaments around the country, but now we're able to get players from America, players from France to raise the level of the game here.
And now switching codes to football news. Mosha Fanta Hawalaulu's solitary goal ensured that Township Rollers progress to the quarterfinals of the Orange FA Cup. Hawalaulu's goal came through on the 84th minute against Nico United at the National Stadium in a last 16 encounter. And in case we missed the action, we have the highlights for you.
Perabone, Warumela Rati,
bua fela jalo Fantalicious mošaga o laolwe a ba re washa go ba Nico United go ka emeletsa baratile ba rotloetsi ba Stop Township Rollers go ka banela jalo nno e ntlha ya motshameko go ra tshupegetswa morago re sale o lekile rra metsotso e masome a robedi le bone mme se sebaka ke sa the Blue Train go ka simolla go duma le go ka ralla BOTSWANA.
The Blue Train with the introduction of this man in the field of play, these are the kind of quality balls that you can come to expect from him. Spotting that man o ke salang ke tlhola ke bua ka ena motshegare o tle gore ga o ba lese ba nna le sone tshiamela go ka thulela dikgwele mo letlong ya ka re bone a dira gone ha.
Credit to the boys and the technical team. They worked, the plan executed properly. And yeah, we could have at least 1 or 2 goals first half. We did everything, the boys did everything properly, except that at times if Renali some leaders, small department, like a critical positions. Not leader Ramo defense, leader Ramo midfielding, and a leader up front. So how the spine, what Namotu or construct or manage a game. We did but we could see over the second half. We were trying to rush to play the ball, away, but that's not the name of the game.
Coach Kerry, I've never seen a win that is from the dry clean. But what matters most, progressive. To the another round. Remember, we missed a few players, you see, but we didn't give up. We fought and fought. I told them to during halftime. I said, there's only one thing that is missing. You are not playing off the ball, and it limits us. So get in the box. When we introduced Tabiso, people didn't like it, but I knew when he's with Tawiazwala, the two of them. They will pose danger in the box. He almost scored.
And in other Orange FA Cup, last 16 matches played this afternoon. Police 11, the Jungle Kings, proceeded to the quarterfinals after a 1-0 victory over City Kings. Bula Rufin's journey came to an end after Swa Flamingos beat them 5-4 in a penalty shootout after the two played to a 1-1 draw. Tafik beat Mbagala Kalungu 3-2 in a penalty shootout after a 1-1 draw. Joining Galaxy beat Tsabotle FC 3-1 in Siruwe, while UB Hawks defeated VTM FC 5-4 in a penalty shootout. Orange FA Cup matches continue tomorrow with Security Systems taking on Gaborone United at Dinaledi Football Academy, while Chadibe FC will host Orapa United in Chadibe. Gaborone United will continue their quest to defend the Orange FA Cup title a record 4 times in a row when they face Security Systems in a quarterfinal slash at Dinaledi Football Academy. Lidia Poloko and Tlamelo Muntsusi compiled this report.
Gaborone United goes into this encounter with high morale, having won 4 games and drew 1 in their last league game. Head coach Ponsomoloi says their aim is to defend the Orange FA Cup title for the 4th time in a row and will be relying on his on-form players, the likes of the lethal striker Molaudi Tlalefa, captain Mpokhaswane Thabo Motswakole, among others.
A very good side, very good side with a very good coach as well. So, like you said, for the last 5. I think we suffered first defeat from them in the last 4 or 5 years. So, but it's a different ball game altogether on Sunday, and we are prepared very well for them. We will get on to Sunday with a very positive mindset to go all the way and win the game. There's nothing else that we can play for rather than to go and try to win the game. It's a cup game. We need to defend our title. We are trying to go and win it for the 4th time in a row and make history.
The Alarm Boys, on the other hand, have won the last game 3-2. Systems head coach David Botlasitse says despite being the underdogs, having a bad record against Gaborone United, which finds themselves having only won them once in a spell of 4 years, that will not affect their Sunday results, as they have done their studies very well. Botlasitse will rely on some of his experienced players like Michael Dinye, Tawana Mbagile, Kenanao Flo Katolizile, Walter Sunday, among others, in a war of David against Goliath encounter.
We know what is expected of us. You have rightfully mentioned that we won that team after 5 years. It's a team that always gives us a problem. But I think we are in the right track. We are preparing adequately, and hopefully we'll have a very good game on Sunday. A cup game is always difficult, but we need to stamp our own authority. We need to be in the game as much as possible.
In the last 5 competitive games the two sides met, the Reds won 2 games with a 3-2 and 3-0 scoreline, while Sacred Systems only won 1 with a 3-2 scoreline. Both sides have drawn 2 times. In another Sunday fixture to be played on Sunday, Chadibe FC will battle it out with the highly experienced Orapa United at Chadibe ground. Lydia Poloko, BTV Sport, Gaborone.
And finally, Police A Men's Dance Club defeated Bank of Botswana Dance Club 21-15 in a Week 3 Botswana Dance Association League encounter played at SSG camp last night. And our reporter Katlego Khakole was there.
Police A, who boast of highly experienced individuals, had an upper hand in the opening round and won it 5-4. In the second round, Police continued dominating BOB and won the second round 6-3 to put the encounter beyond BOB's reach. In the third and fourth rounds, Police continued with their good display, winning by 5-4 on both rounds to win the game by a 21-15 overall scoreline.
This is our third game so far. So take it gore se re winnetse 2 le one ke na le tumelo gore ko re anteng ke lebile ka re tshamekang ka teng ra go e win mme hela mo di teaming tse tsotlhe mo leaking yone go team e le ngwe ya le go ra tshwenyana le one re 50-50 le one ke team ya BDFA.
Bank of Botswana, I think it's a new team in the league now, but performance yone so far intle ga e bontshe gore ke batho ba bantšha. So Police, we know that it's a very, 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 very tough team. Me performance ya Bank of Botswana gompeko e bontshitse gore bana le maikaelelo a go ya go pele mo league.
In the doubles match between the two teams, Police A duo of Rankiritlane and Setlhalefi drew 2-2 against Letsebe and Bernard of BOB in a 4-round match. Week 3 of the Botswana Darts Association League continued today and tomorrow across the country. Katlego Khakole, BTV Sport, Gaborone.
And that is it for sport this evening. Olibile Samoka is standing by to give us a reminder of our top stories. Let's do this again tomorrow.
Let's do this again tomorrow. Thank you so much. Now, let's take a reminder of our top stories. Botswana urged to fully participate in the diamond value chains. Seventeen less privileged families in Chacha West constituency had water connected to their homesteads. And in sport, GU set to meet security systems in the Orange FA Cup tomorrow. Well, that is all we had for you this hour. To stay with us. Weather is up next.
Good evening and welcome. The weather forecast tonight is brought to you by Kumos Almanac. Now, looking at the satellite image, clouds are visible over most parts of our country. We are still expecting some isolated thunder showers over Ngamili and Chobe and northern central district. On Sunday, we're expecting some partly cloudy conditions over the entire country, with some scattered thunder showers expected over Gantsi Kgalagadi and Southern District. Southeast Gauteng, Ngamile and Chobe, and Northern Central, we're expecting some isolated thunder showers. In the morning, we're expecting some mild temperatures over Southern Kgalagadi, Southern Southeast Gauteng, Central and Northeast District. Over the remaining areas, we're expecting some warm temperatures. In the afternoon, we're expecting some mild temperatures over Southern Southeast Gauteng and Kwena District. Over the remaining areas, we're expecting some warm afternoon temperatures, with maximums ranging between 27 to 32 degrees Celsius. Now, looking at some cities in SADC, we're expecting some showers over Manzini, Maseru, and Port Elizabeth. Clear skies expected over Cape Town and Upington. We're expecting some partly cloudy conditions over Windhoek, with some showers expected over Harare, Beira, and Antananarivo. We're expecting some thunder showers over Dar es Salaam, Kinshasa, and Luanda. That's the weather forecast. Have yourself a good evening.